Okay, so now let's look at this example here. So the first thing I notice is, look, I've got a expression on the top and an expression on the bottom, right? First thing, this is obviously not a p-series. It's not a geometric series. It's not an alternating series. So in this case here, I'm going to go to step 3, which is looking at comparing this thing to some other series and using either a comparison test or the limit comparison test. So in this case here, if you look at this, as n gets really large, this is going to be approximately equal to n squared over n cubed, which is equal to 1 over n. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either, in this case, I'm going to use the limit comparison test because it's not quite obvious whether this is whether it meets the criteria. Okay. So if I use the limit comparison test, I'm going to compare it to this series here. Since I know that this series diverges, we can use the ratio and see what happens. And what we want to do is we want to make sure, again, remember the condition, remember what we're looking for. We're looking for the limit comparison, the limit not to equal 0. Okay, right? Okay, so now if I take the limit of a sub n divided by this, right? So I'm going to take the limit of the ratio here, and it's going to be n squared plus 2n over n cubed plus 3n squared plus 1. Divided by 1 over n. Okay, now, this then is going to become the limit. If I just multiply, write this as a multiplication, this is going to flip and the n is going to be multiplied by the numerator. So this is going to be what? This is going to become n cubed plus 2n squared over n cubed plus 3n squared plus 1, which as n goes to infinity, this is going to equal 1, which is not equal to 0. Okay? And since, remember what the limit comparison test says. It says either they both converge or they both diverge. And since this is a harmonic series, right, which diverges, then we know that, therefore, the series diverges. And again, this is, I'm talking as I'm writing, but again, if you were to write this out, I would write a little bit more. But again, some of the words that I'm saying, I'm not going to write it all down. Okay? So just make sure you understand that. Take care.